Okay. Well, we have a project on our hands here. I picked these up from work. These are poppies, right? So these sit on the runway, and they're backlit here with these huge magnifying lenses. And as the pilots are approaching, they shoot two different beams of light, right? A green and a red. And as they're approaching, when they get to a certain altitude, they'll be able to see the green, I think is the idea behind it. I don't know. I'm not a pilot. I fucking plow the runway. Anyways, they upgraded, and these were sitting in the fucking dumpster. So I saw them, and I knew I had to build something with them. I didn't know what yet, but I'm getting closer to that now. So we'll start the video now. I'm going to clean these up. I'm still unsure of how we're going to backlight them, what needs to happen for them to be backlit. I'm just going to start fucking around with some flashlights and try some different distances and see does it need to be enclosed, blah blah blah. So the general idea of what I want to do for the design is kind of a mech pelican. I'm just starting off with the head, and then we'll figure everything else out from there. But I kind of just started browsing online, just trying to get some different ideas out. Came across the Plague Doctor, and I was like, yeah, Plague Doctor is fucking cool, but it's more kind of based around leather and steampunk than mech and rusty metal. Scrap is kind of the look we're going for here. So then I started thinking, well, all the fucking Plague Doctor is a bird, or a representation of a bird, right? So kind of got onto that, went down the Pelican Road, then started thinking about the Electric State and kind of Half-Life 2. Kind of, those are kind of two different styles. Anyways, I then, after I kind of collected some images for reference, I plugged that into AI, and it came up with some really cool designs. So that gives me something to kind of go off of. So yeah, you could also think of like the Songbird from BioShock Infinite. That's kind of where the idea for the eyes are coming from, right? Because he had these huge glassy eyes, and they fucking go around. I remember in that one scene, and that was really cool. But the thing is, well, the first thing we're gonna have to figure out is distance, because if I wanted to make it a bird head, that gives me limited space that I have inside of the head, right? Because the eyes would be sitting on the outside, so they'll be facing each other. Whereas if they're a little bit more forward facing, that gives me the entire back of the head to kind of work with. So that's the general idea of what we're going to start with. It's going to change, as always. It might not even be close to the original idea, but usually if I start going with some kind of an idea, I can figure it out from there. So for now, we're going to clean this up, we're going to disassemble it, and start playing around. We'll get started with the cleanup process. Okay, so we got a bit of a box here made. It's not going to be completely light proof. I mean, most of the bottom's going to still leak out, but it should be good enough just to get an idea for what we want to do here. A little latch so we can kind of move some stuff around in there, and yeah, we'll see. I'm going to take my little sunset lamp. We'll put that in here first, and I'm just going to move it around a little bit, move it forward, move it around a little bit, and we'll just kind of do that. And then I can look back at the footage and see. Oh, God. Okay, hot glue strings look a lot like broken glass. Let's give this a go. Well, I lost all my audio. So I'll do a little voiceover here.
You know, something I didn't realize until I was really going over this footage is how on point I was with the whole songbird. The eye is so similar to that. It looks absolutely amazing. I ended up filming everything in slow motion, so I lost everything. You can see me thinking in slow motion, which makes me look even more special than I am. But it's a great start, and it's inspiring to see it. Just see how many different looks we could get out of this if we do it correctly. It's, you know, I love the kind of magma look from it that you actually get with fingerprints, which makes me wonder if maybe there's a maybe texturing that we could do to it or anything like that. And I'll throw in some pictures here from my phone as well, and you can see the beam of light that it's able to cast. There's a bit of smoke in the shop, so it really pointed it out well. It obviously needed to be kind of a foggy night for it to work, but it shoots out an absolute fog light. And to picture that up in the tree, you know, with this bird looking down at you with a spotlight searching around is a terrifying idea. I think it's going to look absolutely amazing. Just a matter of how we get there. So that's the end for this video. We'll see what the next steps are. I gotta pick up a welder and a few other things in order to make this project work, and a lot of scrap metal. So got a few things to do here before we're on to the next steps. So that's it for this one, and let's see where this thing goes.